Welcome to another day of accountability where I talk about my journey of learning data analysis. Yesterday we talked about NoSQL. It was a brief touch. Today we're talking about the four common types, right, that you could get in terms of NoSQL databases. One, which is column-based. Two, which is graph-based. Three, which is document-based. And then four, which is key value based. Let's start off with key value based. So one thing that I've understood about key value based is that usually the key represents a unique attribute of the data and is used as an identifier. And in this database, the storage is usually based upon key and pairs. Well, key value pairs. The collection is usually stored as key value pairs. So, what's so great about this? Well, both key value pairs can use simple or complex data types, whether it's that you're going to go the JSON route, which is one thing that I can recall from having had worked with JSON. I think also JavaScript when it comes to object-oriented programming. Or maybe I'm just tripping, but nonetheless, that's neither here nor there. Or as simple as an integer. It's also great for storing things like user preferences, user sessions, as well as targeted ads in data memory caching. It's not great for querying data that has to be of relation, as well as querying data on specific data values. So then we have graph-based data, which uses graphical methods to represent and store data. It is useful for visualizing, analyzing, and finding data that might have connections. So it's definitely great for using when it comes to data that probably has connections. Some of the common use cases are for social networks, detecting fraud, as well as network diagrams. It's not great for processing high volumes of transactions. And I've also noticed, right, when I was playing with Google Merchant Center, is that it's probably not great for definitely when you're paying attention to too many things, because then it becomes a little too busy and it's a lot less clean. Next up, we have column-based databases. These revolves around data stored in cells grouped as columns instead of rows, which forms a column family, which is basically a logical grouping of columns. All cells that follow a certain column are saved under a specific disk entry, which will in turn make access and search a lot faster. This is great for systems requiring heavy write requests. An example would be IoT, Internet of Things, as well as weather. But it's not great for running complex search queries as well as multiple transactions at once. And last but not least, we have document-based databases, which stores all your necessary details, data within a single document. It enables flexible indexing, powerful ad hoc queries, and analytics over collections of documents. This is preferable for analytics platforms, e-commerce platforms, as well as, surprisingly, medical records. But it is not great for if you're going to change your methodology of querying, as well as if you're going to run some complex queries. So with that being said, one thing that I've noticed is that these four types of NoSQL databases are actually of relevance to the data sources that we talked about, especially when it comes to unstructured data, as well as I believe NoSQL can accommodate structured data types, which is one of the reasons why I believe it's growing in popularity. I might be wrong, but nonetheless, yeah, there's only so much I can talk about in terms of experience. But hey, thanks for watching, much appreciated.